Today's episode is about finding your purpose. Are your actions in alignment with things that make you happy and improve your overall quality of life? Are you a part of something that's bigger than yourself? Are you encouraging yourself? Is that little voice in your head telling you you can do it? Today we're going to dig deep into some tools and techniques that you could use to help you get over this stage in life. Let's jump right into it.
You are now locked into the Low Key Thriving Podcast. I have a lot in store, so don't miss out. Stay locked in, sit back, relax, and enjoy. More recently, I have started to discover or think about things that within myself and things about myself that I could do to be more of a contributor to the positive aspect of life and society and my peers. I will share the building blocks, if you will, that I use to embark on this journey and enlighten myself and open my own mind and even change my mindset to the things that I was doing and the actions that I was taking, and if they were really fulfilling me and in alignment with things that truly made me happy. So in that journey, I did a little research, which is like one of those things I like to do. I like to read and I like to get insight and wisdom from others that have either gone through something that I'm facing or overcame it, and they can take their words of wisdom and pour into others and help them see certain things through. So while on the internet, I was basically typing into Google books to help you find your purpose or articles that can help you find your purpose. And I found an article on Psychology Today by Dr. Takeshi Davis with the title of 5 Steps to Finding Your Life Purpose. Step 1, find what drives you. What's that one thing that you do that makes you feel good when you see other people's reaction to it? What is that one thing that you live for? You think about it every day. Or what is that one thing that you do selflessly to feed into others, and they come back to you with this feedback like, when you said so and so, or when you did, blah blah blah, that really helped me, and thank you for doing that. I really appreciate that. Sometimes I find your purpose has more to do with how you make others feel and how you make others remember you by a simple gesture. Typically, that is your purpose or your calling or your gift. For some, that's speaking, motivational speaking. For some, that's prayer. For some, it's singing and being a musician, or just listening to a concern that others may have, or preaching, or art. Being an artist and expressing yourself can help someone else express themselves. So in this journey, I've learned that a lot of times your purpose has a lot to do with you, but it has more to do with others and the impact that that positive impact that you can put on others. What drives you? Is it that feeling that you get when you get on a stage and you sing in front of a room full of people and you're able to feel that energy that the crowd gives you? What drives you? Is it your family? Is it your church family? Is it philanthropy? Is it, the gift of words? Is it simply using something as simple as a podcast? Sometimes it can be some traumatic event in life or some injustice that you've experienced that you don't want to see in the world and you want to rectify it in some sort of way. That's how we got things like Black Lives Matter. Somewhere in that organization, I'm pretty sure that someone saw the things that was going on in our communities and felt like, I feel like I can make a positive impact, or I have a knowledgeable gift about the law and social and criminal law that I feel like I can, help others by showing them that this is something that needs to be brought to the forefront. Second, find out what energizes you. Typically, your purpose is something that you look forward to, something that you think about every day. At the end of your work day, you still dedicate those 2 or 3 extra hours after you've put your kids away or after you've done all your work, homework, that you think, okay, after all the responsibilities are done, what makes me feel better and what makes me feel good is putting time into this thing. So for my example of art, just because you aren't known to the world doesn't mean that your art is insignificant. But at the end of the day, when you get home, you can't wait to doodle or, pull up that canvas and just use your oil paints to really just convey to the world what your message is. My gift, my purpose, it energizes me because even when all is said and done and I've did the things that I had to do the things that I want to do, I still look forward to doing this. It gives me that extra boost outside of life that helps me move forward. And my favorite one, step number 3, what are you willing to sacrifice for? This particular part was where I had my aha moment. When you're working outside of your purpose, you find yourself empty or lost, or simply just putting time into things that make you feel unfulfilled. You ask yourself, what else can I do to feel fulfilled and alive? You even come up with ideas of things that you want to do, but you never put forth the effort to make those desires come to fruition. You talk about what you want to do, but you never really do it. You never really follow through. And this is where I was. I got tired of talking about the things that I plan to do, the ideas that I have in my head. I got tired of talking about, I want to do this and I'm going to school for this and I want to do this and I want to do that, and I never put action behind it. And I really had to think, what is that thing, or what it is, what can I do to really put some action behind my words. It's one thing to say that you're going to do something, but it's another to do it. And I really had to get tired of me just talking about it and just simply do it. I had to ask myself, Lo, what are you willing to sacrifice for? Like, what are you really willing to sacrifice for? Pick up extra hours at work to make extra money, to buy what you need, the equipment that you need, and the tools you need to be successful. Read books and, do research online instead of watching TV or watching reality TV. What were those things? What is that thing that you're willing to sacrifice for temporarily to really make a small step to be successful in the long run, long term? Sacrifice shopping and buying things online on Amazon. What is that thing that, despite it all, you're willing to say, okay, I'm focused, I'm laser focused, I'm honed in on this, and this is what I need to do. This is what I have to do. And I have to do it to make me happy, because despite everything else, this is the one thing that makes me feel fulfilled. I have a relentless drive to finish or complete this goal that I'm striving for. And this is what your purpose is. Whatever that thing is, this is your purpose. You think about your goals and how to get there every day. You miss out on things with friends and going out and that dream vacation, all to save money. That way you can put and invest all of your energy and your resources into your purpose and making it come to fruition. This is your business, your brand, that organization that you've been thinking about, that online store selling clothes that you've been thinking about. This is your purpose, and it's going to take some sort of sacrifice. And number 4, sometimes finding your purpose is thinking about who you want to help. For some people, their purpose is, like I said, in helping others. You have to visualize that person in your mind that you're trying to reach, and how do you want to make them feel, and how you want to positively influence or leave an impact on this person. In some gifts, that is a way you can find your purpose. You have to think about the end goal. When it's all said and done, did you do what you set out to do to inspire someone else? Everyone needs help with something. You just have to find that other person on their journey, and together you guys can really do something that really could be great. Find out how you want to help. What do you love to do? How can you start this thing as soon as possible? What do I need to get this done? And how do I apply this passion to my purpose? These are questions that you can also ask in your how. So we've covered your who, your what. Now we're covering your how. These are questions that I ask myself. What do I love to do? How can I get this done? How can I get this started? What do I need to get this done? Because sometimes it takes resources. To finding your purpose, you need to figure out how you can best use your passions or skills to achieve your unique goals, to solve those unique problems. Write down action steps. You have to fine-tune your skills. You have to really think about how your gift and your skills can really be implemented. What resources you need to bring that to the forefront and bring it to the eyes of others or the ears of others. You have to never stop working towards your goal or working to finding your purpose until you reach it and you have your aha moment. You have to think of places, events, or people that you've seen or have gone to, and it really left you feeling happy, and it left you feeling like, man, I could really do this again, or this is that thing, like I would love to do Take that course, read those books that you always find on Amazon that pique your interest. Jot down your thoughts and notes. Typically, a lot of time, the things that you're thinking in your head repetitively over and over again, it has a lot to do with either something that I feel that God is trying to bring your attention to, or your direction in your life is pushing you towards. And you may not see that that's the thing that you are naturally drawn to. And one of my favorites is do research. Don't be afraid to see what is out there. See what, whatever it is that you're drawn to do, see what the current status and not even really get too far deep into what others are doing, but see what way can I better fine tune my skills or bring my skills to others. That way, in my purpose, I can help others. I can't help but to go back to that because I once again, I truly believe that typically our purpose has a lot to do with us, but even more to do with others and making others feel and be great. And lastly, one of those things that I had to learn specifically is you have to spend time in your purpose. You have to spend time investing and being, diligent in the work that you have to do to make your purpose come to life. One of the things that I find very helpful was I had to spend less time on social media. I had to spend less time doing things that weren't productive. And I sat back one day and I realized, man, if I put this amount of energy and time into doing XYZ, imagine how further along I would be. Or imagine how more fulfilled I would feel outside of work. I naturally like to help others. I work in healthcare. But I came to a point where I was like, this just isn't enough, and I would rather do this. So I doubled down and I really focused on what it is that I wanted to do. And I really just locked in and really invested into how I wanted my purpose and my goals to come to fruition. Now, don't be out here neglecting your responsibilities. Don't say, I heard on the Low Key Thriving podcast that I don't have to do this. I need to focus on my goals. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is after you've handled all your responsibilities, invest into you, invest into your purpose, and invest in your gift, because that's important too. And quickly, let me touch on family. I 100% believe in family and spending time with their family. So don't get me wrong, and I hope what I'm saying can be conveyed clearly. But even after you spent time with your family, your kids, your husband, your grandma, whoever that special person or people may be, you still have, and it's okay to set aside time for yourself. And I'm speaking to the ladies specifically on this one. Don't be afraid to pour into yourself. And that's something that I had to learn. Naturally, women, we want to give so much of ourselves and to our children and to our jobs and that identity of superwoman. And so often we are left with, this little fragment of that person who we used to be. And I want to let you know it's okay, and it's not selfish to say, I need some time, at least an hour or two to myself, to just do the things that I enjoy. I know naturally you can feel guilty for thinking like that, but you can't be your best self for the ones that you love if you aren't pouring and taking care of yourself. So that could be reading a book after all the kids are gone to bed, or just reading your Bible, or spending time quietly at a coffee shop. Whatever it is that you need to do to reset, I urge you to do that, because it's so refreshing, and you can really just really sow into your purpose and your gift even better, because now you're thinking clearly, now you're focused, and you'll be your best self for your family. Also, you have to surround yourself with like-minded individuals. It's very, very important that when you're in this space of finding your purpose, that you surround yourself with people that understand you, people that support you and where you're going, and people that you can bounce ideas off of. And sometimes those people may not be that person. Sometimes you have to pray about it and seek God's guidance on exactly what it is that you should do to move forward. You have to surround yourself with people who have similar or the same type of goal-driven characteristic about themselves. You can't always share everything with everybody, because sometimes some people don't understand how to help you or understand where you're going. And it's not always a jealousy or a hating thing. They just can't relate. Everyone is running this race at a different speed, and we're all on this journey of life together. So, just be graceful with these people who may not understand. But with that being said, always pursue your purpose, because on the other side of that is something that can really be great and enlightening and fulfilling. Thank you for listening to the Low Key Thriving podcast. Be sure to check back for more episodes on things you love.
Also, you can find us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at LKT Podcast. Again, that's LKT Podcast. All right, see you later.